Welcome back. Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. We are going to do a meal prep today. I have quite a bit I want to prep. So if you are following me on the Living with Less channel, I am trying to come up with ways where I can live with less, spend less money, and focus on being intentional with saving and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to prep a few things and just put them in like all my containers that's sitting over here. And what we're going to do is having a prep where I can have different combinations. Whether I want to do a burrito, a taco bowl, like the Chipotle-style bowls. Whether I want to do just a meal in a plate, like with the carbs and the proteins or whatever. Whether I want to do like maybe some Asian wraps, or I don't know if I want to zhuzh it up with like a Buddha bowl. I just want to get a few things prepped so I can just combine them all when I'm ready to eat, and hopefully this lasts me for the week. I am going to juice because you're going to need some juice this week. I was trying to think what else I have, but I did go ahead on last night rather, I cooked some chickpeas in the pressure cooker. You probably can't see the pressure cooker back here. And then I just did the black beans in the pressure cooker. So everything is pretty much ready when it comes to the beans that I'm going to use. I did get 1 can of beans, and that is for the pico I'm going to make today, which means I need to go outside and get some more cilantro. And I'm going to do some salad jars, at least 3 salad jars. I did find some lettuce that's like, you know, about to go bad. Not about to go bad, but the day is coming up. And so, you know, Kroger normally marks those down. So I'm going to do the salad jars too. So it's a lot going on. We're just going to get to it. And if we have any recipes we need to share, we'll share those. But some of this should be very self-explanatory. I'm just showing you what I'm doing, and then you season it to your liking, okay? I have my iced coffee. I just shared my espresso machine, the new one I just got in on the Helen H channel. And it is by Shador, I think is what it's called. Girl, I like the fact that it's a semi-automatic. So what it does is it just espressos the coffee depending on whether you're doing a double shot or a single shot. And I weighed my beans, and it is double the amount that comes out when, girl, I was like, okay. Because the one I have had for years now, you have to stop it yourself. And this one you don't have to. So, okay, 20 bar espresso machine. I'll take it. If you're interested, I'll link it below. Oh, this is good. All right, so let's get started on something simple. I have the air fryer. You know, I have the double door air fryer. So we're going to get both of those going so we can knock out some stuff. I think I'm going to roast broccoli and maybe the peppers, onions, and garlic. Just go ahead and get that out the way, because when I do my Chipotle bowls or my Buddha bowls, I like to have a bunch of roasted peppers. So let's get that out the way. So let's get started. All right, so I have garlic, 2 bell peppers, I have 2 red onions, 1 red bell pepper, and a bag of broccoli that was on closeout. I'm gonna wash this, cut off any pieces I think is like not good at the bottom, or get rid of them, and then toss them in the air fryer. All right, so we have this big bowl of broccoli. We all love broccoli here. So the one thing about this meal prep is that everybody can eat this if they wanted to. So nothing here is off limits, but yeah. Roasted broccoli in a Buddha bowl is very good to me. So I'm going to go ahead and toss that in here. We did have some broccoli from the garden. We ate quite a bit of it this week, so it's not that much left. That's why when I saw this bag, I just grabbed it, because I was like, oh yeah. Now for the seasoning, I have some rosemary salt and basil salt. So I'm going to use these, and I'm going to sprinkle as I go. I might just do this in two of the air fryers. I don't think it's all going to fit in one. So the air fryer is going to be working overtime today. I mentioned on the other channel that I want to do better with using the microwave. Like, stop using the microwave as much. Yeah, I really need to get away from using a microwave. And I only use it for like when I'm warming my tea or I'm warming my coffees. I don't really just, gravitate towards it that much. I don't think anybody really uses it. And if they use this air fryer though, I can tell you that. So I'm gonna get these done. I have some parchment paper that I'm lining the bottom with. And yeah, I also have this Bertolli, and it's just olive oil, so it didn't have anything else in it. That's what I like about these sprays. They cost a little bit more, but I think it's worth it. To be honest, I think it's worth it. So yeah, all this will be roasted. All this will be put into a container, and then all of this will be eaten. So I hope you all are doing amazing. I hope you had an amazing Christmas holiday. If you celebrate Christmas, the new year is upon us before we know it. And what we're doing this year is we're going to be more intentional with what we're eating. Be intentional if we're growing food. We need to make sure that the food we're growing, we're actually eating. I know in the past I would have a habit of growing food and just donating it all and I'm like, yeah, I'm just being more intentional now with the fact that I want the food that I'm growing. So yeah. All right, so here's one going in and the second one will follow. So we'll save the roasted vegetables later. Let's go ahead and knock out the broccoli first. So like I said, I made some chickpeas. I buy chickpeas dry. I did not soak them or anything like that, but I did cook them with some herbs and seasonings, so they're already flavorful. And as soon as they cooled off, I put them in the refrigerator last night because I knew I was going to make this today. So we have some sweet relish. We're going to do this as if we're doing like tuna, basically, right? We have some mustard. I don't really measure anything. Y'all know this. So I did do 3 cups of chickpeas. I did eat some last night. I had to get another thing of mayonnaise. I buy this one or the one from Sprouts, but I got this one today. I just need some mayonnaise. Like a couple tablespoons. You don't really need that much. I don't really have to season as much because I already have the chickpea season. Let me go ahead and chop up just a little bit of red onion, not a lot. And then I might add some seaweed in here to give it that, like the sea flavor, the sea taste. I really don't have to have all that. It tastes good to me by itself. I don't have to do all that. I used to put it in the food processor. Now I just make it by hand. I know you're gonna ask me about my knives. I did a video a while back on like items you need, like when you are. Well, I don't think it's on this channel anyway. I think it's on the old channel, but I might do it again. Like items you need for plant-based, like prep or eating. So basically, I buy knives. It's called Scan Pan, SCANPAN. But the trick to it is that when I'm chopping vegetables and stuff like that, or maybe like once a month, I should say, I just sharpen my knives. That's all. I just keep my knives sharpened. Oop, I just dropped all that. I think this one's the sea salt. You can get seaweed from pretty much anywhere now. Any grocery store. Alright, so I'm going to use my potato masher and get in here and just mash this up, and I'll show you what it looks like. And then we're going to put this in a container, and we can have this for our wraps if we want for lunch, which is a bag of chickpeas is like $1 or something. A couple tablespoons of mayo, mustard, relish. Very inexpensive to make. Very inexpensive to make. And it's very filling, full of protein, and it tastes good. If you eat boiled eggs, you can boil you some eggs and put in here too for added protein. But yeah. And maybe not as much mayo, maybe more mustard than mayo if you want to cut back on the fat of it all. But yeah, this is it. Got a few chunky pieces in here, but most of it is mashed. And it's ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and put it back in the container. You can eat this with crackers, chips, you know, use your veggies to dip it or whatever. But yep. This is our chickpea salad. Alright, so one thing I used to like to do all the time is make salad jars. You just fill it up with whatever you want. You dump it out in a bowl or you take it with you and you have your salad, right? So I have 3 jars here that I'm going to fill. We're going to fill these together. I have some colored peppers, some onions, some tomatoes going on over here. I know I got stuff like everywhere. Just work with me and just move this stuff out the way. Maybe that'll help if we move stuff out the way. I also have this bag. It is a broccoli slaw bag. I think this is going to be really good to give it that crunch. And then we have some baby spring mix I got from Kroger. I'm going to mix with some of the stuff I picked from the garden. So let's get this open. Because we have like kale in here. We have some other lettuce, some chard and stuff. And some other lettuce that we're going to chop up too for these jars. And then we have some radishes that I want to put at the bottom with our onion. Maybe a little salad dressing or something to zhuzh it up. Oh, I have plenty of cilantro, okay, from the garden. So we don't have to go get any cilantro from outside when we make our guacamole today. Because we are going to try to make some guac and some salsa too. So, all right, I might not have to open up those pads. So let me chop up everything. I'll show you what it looks like, and then we're going to assemble our jars. We have our 3 jars. Where's the other one? Oh, we have our 3 jars. We also have our broccoli slaw, our tomatoes and radish chopped up and ready to go. We have our colored peppers, onions, olives, and bell peppers. And now I just need to chop up some of this lettuce, and yeah, that'll be it. I don't have any olive oil, so I'm going to use what I have, which is a lemon vinaigrette and a balsamic vinaigrette. And I'm kind of just going to mix these 2 together to make these jars. I always start with whatever I don't mind being soaked up by the salad dressing, which is usually onions. And I eat a lot of onions. If you've been around a while, then you already know that. So let's get these onions in here. And then normally I would go with beans. But since we're going to do like bean for our wraps, we're doing beans for our Chipotle bowls. And we're also doing beans for our pico. So I'm just going to do olives instead. I love black olives and I love Kalamata olives. And then bell peppers can stand a little extra. And then of course all the colored peppers. Let's do these. And then I'm gonna shake these. Oh, let's do the radish too, because the radish, they can take a little hit on the dressing, and it just will soak and absorb in it with no problem. I am going to do a little bit of both. I would measure it, but I'm just going to do like basically like a tablespoon and a half of each. Or like, yeah. And that way it's not on the lettuce. It'll go to the bottom. All right, so that's that. And then I'm gonna do my broccoli slaw. I do have like this thing that you put on your jars if you want to keep it from like food falling on the side. But yeah, we're gonna do it this way. I don't mind doing it this way. And whatever I don't want soggy, like you could do like your chicken or whatever if you do that in your jars. If you do tofu bites, you can do that. So what we'll end up doing is putting the rest into my containers for my my raw wraps I do sometimes. I like to have that too. So we'll use some of this for that. And then on top, we're just going to put a few tomatoes. So we don't have to worry about them being soggy at all. I'm going to keep it simple. Now, if you're making this for other people, you might want to wear gloves. I'm making this for myself. Okay? And that is it. When it's time for me to eat, I can add my little seasoning mix I have for my salads. Or just shake it up and eat it as is. I'm not going to shake it now because I want to keep the dressing at the bottom. So this is my prep for my salad jars. Alright, so almost forgot the broccoli was in there. It's quite roasted. I almost made broccoli chips. Look good, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be good in a bowl. Got a few crispy pieces. I don't know if I see that. We're gonna let it cool. All right. I'm gonna let this cool off, and then I'll put it into the refrigerator. Oh, so y'all can see. Might as well chop up the veggies for the Chipotle bowls. All right, let's get these veggies chopped and into the air fryer. So I have 1 and a little bit of bell pepper, 1 red onion, 2 cloves of garlic, and I'm gonna have a bell pepper. Yeah. So here is our veggies chopped and ready to go. We have our onions, peppers, garlic, and we're gonna put it in the air fryer. Put all this in here. I don't want to lose any of my garlic. So I want all this in here. I'm going to spray it down with some olive oil, a little bit of salt, sea salt. Oh my God, those onions are so strong. And the spray is over here. Course. All right, let's go in the air fryer. I did pick up these super sweet corns, and these are steamable. Okay, these are steamable bags. Okay, well, I'm just gonna throw these in the microwave. All right, that was easy. Let's get some red pepper and some onions to go with the corn. All right, so a little bit of red pepper, a little bit of onion, and a little bit of cilantro. I'm just gonna try to get these off of the stem a little bit so it's not so stemmy. This is from me getting it from the garden, so it is what it is. And cilantro homegrown is so different from the cilantro in the grocery store. It just smells so flavorful. It's so good. So, all right. Let's get this chopped up. And we'll get this in this bowl so we can go ahead and put it in with our corn. So we want to add the corn to our Chipotle bowls that'll already be like flavorful. You know, have everything in it we need. And then some onion. need a lot. Toss this around, and we should be good to go. So we'll let this cool, and then once this cools, we'll put this in the refrigerator as well. It'll have that little, the cilantro will eventually wilt a little bit. So I did not cook the onions because I like them a little crispy. I know somebody's going to say that. But it'll wilt a little bit, and they'll be ready to go. So let me put them into a container. Put this into a container. I'll be ready to go into the fridge. Corn and rice with the black beans, or corn and like a burrito, chipotle bowl, whatever, Buddha bowl. I've never really been a huge fan of corn. I do like corn on the cob, but lately I've been making my bowls with the corn. It's pretty much the only carb I've been throwing in there. So yeah, once that cools down, we'll put that in the refrigerator. And so that is our corn. All right, so we have some avocados. We have 5 avocados. Hopefully they are all good. We have some tomatoes, some more tomatoes we had left over. Cilantro. We have our garlic. Let's get our cloves ready. I like garlic, so I'm gonna do 3 cloves in here. I gotta save some for our pico. And then we have some lime, however much we need. Red onion, jalapeno. All this will go in a bowl for a guacamole. I don't use a food processor when chopping tomatoes because of this reason right here. You see all that? I do not like it when it's wet pico or wet wet pico or wet guacamole. I try to get all the inner juices out so that you get the tomato and not the wetness from the tomato, not the soaking wet tomato, if that makes sense. I don't know how much jalapeno I need for this one. A bit of a kick. Yep. I was thinking I did this backwards. Normally I open up the avocado so I can see how much of the cilantro and everything I need. But I was like, well, push come to shove, I'll just go get some more avocados. Like if these aren't any good, I'll just go get more. Because I know I'm going to need quite a bit this week. And guacamole and salsa just don't last long in my house. So, okay, let's get just a tad bit of salt. Don't need a lot. Just a piece at the bottom. We have some lime. Okay, where did I put the knife? Oh, these are so hard. They probably need to sit out for a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna let these limes sit for a little bit. And what we're missing, so we have our salt in here already. We're just gonna do our mash. I use this potato masher for everything, y'all. When I'm mashing my beans, my salsa, whatever I'm doing, whatever I need to mash. Here is avocado skin. I love this thing. Let's see what this tastes like. I'll go ahead and give y'all some first. I feel like it needs just a little bit more. I'm gonna have to put these in the microwave. Oh, there you go. I have this container here. I can't remember exactly where I got it from, but it's a guac container. You put your guac in there and you squeeze it down. Probably all day. The top is dirty. Let me clean the top. I'm gonna get this in here. It could have used a little bit more spice, but since we're probably gonna spice it up with peppers and all that kind of stuff. You know what? That's what I should have put in the air fryer. Some roasted peppers. I already know they're not going to put this top back on right. So I feel like I should just do it like this. That way I'm sure that it's going to be there we go. Yeah, that's much better. All right, guac is done. We have cilantro, onion, tomato, pepper, onions, garlic. We have a can of red beans, so we're going to do our pico, our protein pico. So let me rinse and drain these. We're going to get everything in a bowl, toss it up with some salt, maybe a little bit of cumin, and that'll be our pico. In the past, I would do the black beans with the red beans into like a pico bowl situation, but we're going to have black beans on the side for our dishes, and I just didn't think we just needed that many black beans this week. So I'll show you the black beans in a minute. I'll go ahead and take them out the pressure cooker once we get this made and chopped up. Piece of broccoli in here. I don't mind some of the stems in here. I'm not going to make a salsa per se this week. Well, I might make a salsa later on this week. Roast some tomatoes, because I do have some tomatoes I can roast. You'll see that on a short. I've made that 1,000 times. I don't think anybody wants to see that over and over again. So we're going to add the cilantro to our beans. And it's like a protein salsa. So you're getting the benefits of all your veggies, your spices, which is good for our digestive system, our gut health, a little spice, a little, you know, anti-inflammatory food. Because all this is just whole foods, right? And it is good. You can use these as toppings for your salads. You can just eat these with chips or whatever you want to do. If you make cheese quesadillas, you can put this on the inside. You know, they say you want cheese quesadilla with pico? You can do that. I've said this before. I just take the tomatoes and I chop up the tomatoes. I do not like the food processor that I have. And I haven't really found, well, I'm sure there's some food processors out there. I just really don't know. I need to look into them. I saw one that was a KitchenAid one at one point. So maybe I'll look into purchasing one of those. But for right now, I don't mind have the chunky chopped veggies. I've tried the food chopper that you bang on. I don't really like that either. So I just stick to what I've been doing, and that's just chopping these up. And I don't mind. It's very relaxing to me to chop up fruits and vegetables anyway. I have everything chopped up in here. I just need to do this lime. It's pretty big. Some lime juice in here. Oh yeah, this is a good one. I got this one from Joe V's. They had these big, huge limes. Oh yes. Let me see if this is enough. Enough tomatoes, enough onions. I think it is. Yeah. It looks like it to me. And that is our pico. Let's grab us a chip and see if we need any salt added. I don't even remember adding salt, to be honest. And that is our pico. All right. All right, so that's the pico going in the refrigerator. We are going to move on to our black beans. I don't know how much we have in here. I might just use these 2 containers. Let me see. I want to do the overnight oats, which I still should be able to. I think I can fill up these 2. It just has a lot of liquid on here, so I'm gonna try to get some of the liquid off. And which is much better than buying a can, y'all. So much better than buying the can. Just get your bag of beans for $1. Throw your garlic, herbs, and maybe even some Lipton onions or whatever. Those onion packs, and just do your own. I think it just makes more sense. Makes more money sense. Okay. So these are my black beans. Ready to go. They've already been cooled off, so I made these early this morning. Better than canned, for sure. All right, we should be good to go on our roasted veggies. I'll probably end up roasting more later on in the week because it looks like I don't really have a lot, to be completely honest. This doesn't look like a lot at all. I don't even need both containers because they cook down to nothing, but it's okay. This will last a little bit, a couple of days for sure. I want to make sure I get everything in here. Okay, so then once this cools off, we'll put the roasted veggies in the refrigerator. And this saves me from having to scrub the air fryer. All right. I forgot about the sweet potatoes. I'm just going to wash them and cut them so we can use these in the bowls too. And I'll put these in the air fryer. So you'll see that I'm just going to literally cut them up, wash them, cut them up, and put them in the air fryer with a little bit of oil. Next time we do a prep, we'll do a more intense, like, breakfast prep. I do like to have the sweet potato hash. I haven't done that in a long time. Like hash browns or hash, but you use sweet potatoes. I do like that. I just haven't done that in a while, so we might do that together on the next one. I am going to do a what I eat in a day, plus like some meals for the week, like kind of videos. If you're interested in that, let me know. I'll add those to the lineup. They'll be short videos, you know, simple to the point, what I eat. Because I am on this journey. I am running more, and I have a lot of training to do. Plus, I'm just focusing on my health at this age. I'll be 52. I'll be 52 in like a month and some change. So, I want to make sure I'm taking really good care of myself. Ooh, some of these chunks are pretty big. It's gonna take too long to cook if they're that big. We'll do one in each one. One potato in each air fryer. Yeah, we'll get that going. We're gonna keep checking along. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make some juice. I have beets, apple, and ginger here. Let me show you. And this is what we're going to juice today. And hopefully get us some, hold on. I have to wipe this off. Where's the towel? We're moving forward with juicing now. So this is the Nama J2 juicer. We have your auger, we have our strainer and our brush in here. Let's get all this in here. If you are interested in a juicer, I would suggest this juicer. If you just want a juicer, if you want like a juicer and a blender combo, maybe go with the Nama C2. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get our fruit in here, and we're gonna just chop up the apples just a little bit because I don't want all those seeds in there. I hear it takes a lot to cause any harm, but it's just out of habit now. not to put the seeds in here. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fill this hopper up. And this is the original hopper that comes with the Namajé too. But you can always also buy the larger one. Let me show you the larger one to compare. All right, so for comparison, this is the larger hopper, and this is the one it comes with, just so you can see the difference in the sizes. So if you're batch juicing, go with the big one, of course. It's just worth it. You know, just go ahead, go with the big one, do your juice for the week, and then you'll be done. Like, you don't have to go and juice every day. Like, this is a masticating juicer, slow masticating. So what happens is your juice can last longer, and it just depends on the fruits and vegetables you're using. I've been trying to do 80% vegetables and the rest fruit, but today, girl, I'm going for apple. I want apple and beets, but I really like these apples. When they put them on sale at Aldi, I try to grab them. These are the Pink Lady apples. And I did wash the ginger. I got some organic ginger, so I'm not even worried about the skin. Normally, I take that off. I'm not worried about that right now. I feel like everything is sprayed now, to be honest. Just all these horror stories. But yeah, so I just filled this hopper up with, I don't even know how many apples. A lot of apples and some ginger. I'm going to turn it on and let it do its thing. I can walk away and go do whatever I want while it's juicing. I showed you all the Namajé one the other day. Now that one you actually need to feed in your vegetables. It's less expensive. It's a really nice juicer though, so, and it's still slow masticating. So if you want one that's a little bit less of a price, you can go for that one. But you can always use my code Helen H, or I think it's Helen 10, Helen 10 to save. You don't even have to put the code in if you just click the link that's in the description. It'll take you right there. You get your discount. You can start off your year on a healthy note by juicing. I am going to do a 5-day juice fast where I'm juicing and eating like some raw foods around January 5th, so stay tuned for that. And I will post some recipes from Nama that is going to be delicious. We're going to do it here on the channel as well as Instagram and TikTok, okay? That's what apple juice really looks like. By the way, that's what apple juice looks like. It's not that dark brown color that you're used to. Yeah. That's not really apple juice. I don't know what all that is. It normally says from concentrate or something on there. I don't know. But I'm using red beets. If you know me, you know I love the golden beets. My Kroger's didn't have any, surprisingly. So we're going to go with the red beet this time and get some iron into our system the natural way. One more chop, and we're good. And then we'll have us some juice. Stain your fingers for sure. Love beets. Oh, beets are so good for you. All right, looks like it's all gone. Yeah, it is empty. So I am going to pour up my juice. We're gonna move this out the way so we can see how many jars we have. I have 2 clean jars here. I'll go ahead and most likely get another jar out. Looks like we might have 3 or 4. Oh man, that looks so good. Looks amazing. So let's pour these up. These jars are like 16 ounces, so I could drink like one of these a day. I don't have to drink like it with every meal. I just want enough. If they were the 12 or 8 ounce jars, I'll go ahead and do like 2 a day or something for 8 ounce jars. But these are larger jars. Let me grab one more jar. All right. I like to fill them all the way to the top, but girl, these will last 3 days. So we'll probably make juice again in a couple of days, because I'm probably going to drink one today, then the next 2 days. So this will last. I'll probably make juice again on Wednesday. So come back on Wednesday, hang out with me for sure. Let me know if you have any questions on anything that we prepped today. I'm about to make me a salad bowl. I've already started. It's already 12:49 and I'm ready to eat. Alright, we have my sweet potatoes roasted here. I might add a little bit of sea salt to it, just a little bit. This is like my lunch / breakfast, so it'll probably last me quite a while today. So I have my salad, my guacamole, sweet potatoes, black beans, and a little bit of corn. I'm gonna eat this, and that's gonna be very filling, and it's gonna last quite a while. I don't expect to be hungry later on, so I'll probably have a smoothie for dinner or something, because I really don't expect to be hungry. But I'm gonna go ahead and get these sweet potatoes in here, sprinkle some sea salt on them. All right, and yep, that is it for my prep. And everything is done. It's hot. Hands are clean, by the way. I just got through washing all my dishes. I got through washing the juicer while this was cooking. That way, I won't have a problem with cleanup. So I'm gonna let this cool off. And I'm gonna keep moving. For my little salad bowl here, it's actually a big salad bowl. I'm gonna add just a little bit of the dressing. I added just a little bit of the pico on here. I wanted to do like the chips and all that in a bowl, but I'm not gonna do that. So I did add some of the roasted peppers on top of the black beans. I'm gonna eat it as is and not add the chips, add my juice, and that is it. Okay, so the only thing left to do is sweep the floor, eat my lunch, brunch, whatever you want to call it. Wait for the sweet potatoes to cool so I can put those in the fridge and mop the floor. That is it. Everything is done. I did not do the breakfast. I want to do the oats, the matcha chia pudding. We'll do that on a whole nother video. Tomorrow I'll probably have a smoothie in the morning. Anyway, I've been doing smoothies for like breakfast, especially after runs, because I just add everything to it, like the creatine and all the things. But stay tuned for that video. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know what do you think about this prep. This is something simple and easy. I'll probably eat this a couple of weeks. Like I'll probably do the same thing for the next couple of weeks. Just add like maybe like tofu blocks, like the little chunks, or just add little bit things extra to this. But it's just simple, it's affordable, this is cheap, okay, and it's easy, and I'm done. And anything I want this week, whether it's lunch, brunch, or dinner, I can grab for those combos I just made. So I will see you on the next one. Have an amazing day. Peace and blessings.